Influence amplifies whatever is underneath it. It doesn't fix you, it doesn't mature you, and it doesn't stabilize you. It magnifies you. And if identity isn't settled before influence expands, what gets magnified? It isn't clarity, it's insecurity. One of the most dangerous things a leader can do is build influence before they build their identity. Because influence, it grows faster than character. And when that order gets reversed, success, it feels unstable. Even when everything is looking great and impressive, there's a quiet tension in high performers. You can build something visible before you have built something internal. You can gain recognition before you have settled who you are without it. You can grow a platform before you yourself are grounded in your presence. And from the outside, it looks like momentum, but from the inside, it feels like maintenance. And maintenance, it's exhausting. You know, when your identity is depending on your performance, you never get rest because you're not just protecting results, you're protecting yourself. If insecurity is underneath you, that influence, it makes it louder. If fear is underneath you, influence, it's going to sharpen it. If comparison is underneath you, influence, it's going to multiply it. Influence doesn't create instability. It actually reveals it. I've seen this personally. Early seasons where growth, it felt exciting, but also strangely fragile. Not because the work wasn't strong, but because internally I hadn't fully separated who I was from how things were performing. And that's subtle. You don't notice it all at first, but you feel it when the momentum slows, when when feedback shifts, when the applause gets quiet. If your identity is built on visibility, silence, it feels threatening. That's not leadership maturity. That's identity fragility. Performance, it has a ceiling. It rises, it falls. Markets shift, teams change, energy that fluctuates, seasons evolve, and if who you are is tied to how you're doing, you'll live in that constant instability. Strong leaders build from identity outward. Like they know who they are before they step into the room, before they jump into that meeting, before they get on camera, before the negotiation. Identity precedes the influence, not the other way around. When identity is settled, influence, it becomes stewardship, not survival. This is where a lot of leaders they get tripped up. Ambition isn't wrong, growth isn't wrong, visibility isn't wrong, but that order, it really matters. If you build your image before you build the foundation, you've spent your life reinforcing that structure. If you build the foundation first, it becomes sustainable. In my own journey, I had to slow down in ways that weren't externally visible, not because growth stopped, but because I needed to make sure the internal structure could hold it. There were seasons of recalibration, re examining motives, clarifying convictions, separating my calling from ego. And that work, it doesn't show up on a scoreboard, it shows up in stability. When influence comes before identity, you live in maintenance mode. You're protecting your perception, you're managing optics, you're monitoring reactions. Instead of leading from grounded clarity, you lead people from subtle anxiety. And anxiety driven leadership, it always leaks in your tone and urgency and overreactions and comparison. And people may not be able to articulate it, but they sure could feel it. Strong leadership feels calm because it's not protecting itself, it's anchored. Looking back, I can see moments where I built outward faster than I built inward. And nothing collapsed, nothing dramatic happened, but internally, there was friction. Moments where feedback felt heavier than it should, moments where comparison slowly crept in quietly, moments where performance carried just too much weight, too much emotional weight. And that wasn't a strategy issue. That was an order issue. Once identity became the primary, not performance, not visibility, and not certainly not the recognition, leadership felt steadier. Not easier, but steadier. When identity is grounded, you don't panic when growth slows. You don't inflate when the praises rise, and you don't shrink back when the criticism comes. You remain in your presence and it replaces your performance. Conviction replaces comparison, and stewardship, it replaces ego. And influence becomes lighter, not because it's smaller, but because it's no longer carrying your self worth. The goal isn't to avoid influence, it's to be ready for it. Influence is not the enemy, misordered development is. If your internal life is fragile, your external growth will feel dangerous. If your identity is stable, your external growth, that becomes responsibility. So I'll leave you guys with this. Influence isn't something to chase. It's something to be prepared for. And here's what I've learned. If you build influence before identity, you'll spend your life protecting what you've built. But if you build identity first, influence becomes something you carry without it carrying you.